Hello, Studio Art students. Today we are going to be taking our beautiful long strip of paper and turning it into our accordion book. So if you take a look, this is what we're going for. You can see I've started to sketch on mine. But the idea of an accordion book is you can take at the end and use some string and kind of tie it up and carry it with you. But it looks really cool on display when you're finished because you can see all of the pages at once. So our first and last page are kind of your cover pages. I'm going to do something with my name, I think, and then each one on the inside shows something about you. We'll talk about that more in another video, but first, how to get this beautiful zigzag pattern. They're not going to be perfect. Perfection is overrated. If you look at some of my pages, they're just slightly longer than others, but really it's beautiful when it comes together even without that precision. That being said, if we don't do any measuring, we're not going to have it look anything like an accordion. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler and we're going to start at one edge of our paper. So every page, your goal is to make it 3 inches long. Depending on the ruler, depending on your comfort with a ruler, you've got to figure out what that is. Sometimes I'll even make a mark on my ruler to know. If you need help with this, please let me know. So in this case, on this ruler, the longest line, the one right after the 3, is what I'm going for. So I'll start at one end, down at the bottom, and I'm going to make a mark at 3. Now, some of you might feel comfortable going 3, 6, 9, 12, which you're more than welcome to do. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can instead make your mark at 3, move your ruler to start at the 3 again, and then you make your mark. Now we're doing this all the way down our paper. We'll also do it on the other side of the paper. So if you look, I'm holding it just slightly in, so I have a little lip, trying to make sure it's straight. Same thing, 3, 6, 9, 12. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can line it up, make a mark at 3, line it up, move it again. The reason why we really need to have the marks on both sides of the paper is that otherwise it's hard to know what straight actually looks like. And if you notice, I'm making my lines pretty light, right? They're not really showing up in great detail. Okay, the best thing to do would actually be to do it also on the other side because we are doing a zigzag. And I keep hitting the camera, so I apologize for the shaking. So same thing, 3, 6, 9. Take your time with the measuring. It's pretty important and it just takes a little bit of practice. 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, so I'm almost done. I've got my measurements on each side. So I'm gonna start the folding. So when you're folding, it's best to work with it straight away from you. I'm gonna start down at my first line and I'm gonna fold it in. Sometimes it's nice to even hold your ruler here just to kind of get it started to keep a nice line, but you don't have to do that. I like to do it, and then I also like to line it up with the edges of the paper before actually creasing down. So I see that it's sitting right on top versus sitting something like this. So then I can go back and crease the paper, just pressing down on it. Now the trick is, if I keep folding this way, it's not going to be an accordion. So I did one in that direction. Now I'm gonna turn it over and do it in the other direction. So same thing, ruler there, just to kind of help get a nice fold. It's started, fold it back, should fit nicely. Flip it over, ruler. Now if you didn't have all these lines, it would be a lot more tricky. So that's our basic method. You can see mine has already started to become an accordion. And when you're finished, you can do it, put it all out like this.